Are we doing this?
We're doing this.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Dragonfly and the Frog podcast. This is Brie the Frog.
It's Mandi, the Dragonfly.
We have some stuff to talk about today, guys. Holy moly, it's been another crazy week.
I feel like we've said that for I don't know how many weeks. We're okay, guys. We're doing okay. We're trudging on. Let's just say that.
We're riding the waves, man. It's been wavy.
It's been very wavy. And actually not just for us, but for a lot of people in our personal lives too. And it's kind of crazy how all of our stories are like connecting with what's been going on right now.
I feel like we all lived the same story with different characters. Almost. Yeah. It's a little bit spooky.
It's very spooky.
I have goosebumps just talking about it. I'm like, ugh, it's a little bit weird.
What does Stephanie Meyer say? Goose pimples?
Truth bumps.
Truth bumps. Truth bumps.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The truth bumps.
The truth bumps, my friends. So we decided to do something spooky because we're in October, so why not?
Yes. First of all, I'm spooky all year long. Sorry. So this is like a regular thing for me, and we'll talk a little bit about certain routines and stuff today, because what we wanted to talk about was how to deal with growing pains. And I'm a creature of habit, and so is Mandi, and I feel like that's something that we, it helps us, I guess, you know, because we're control freaks a little bit, so it helps us feel in control
of the uncontrollable.
Right.
But I refuse to believe that.
Hey, but like, okay, so as a retail business manager, like, something that, like, we always talk about when we're speaking the business is, like, control your controllables. So, essentially, like, that's what we're doing. We're controlling our controllables within our own life to help us achieve our goals, which is big.
Sometimes it's easier to control your controllables, I feel like, in work than it is in your personal life.
Well, yeah. But, you know, the one thing you can control is yourself. And your mind and your thoughts and your routines and your habits and the people that you allow into your life. So, to an extent, like, you do have control.
I think you gotta believe you have control. That's when, like, the real magic happens.
Right. When you think you're, like, achieving your goals, and we say this every week, I feel like, sometimes we tend to freak out when it doesn't happen the way we pictured it.
Or it doesn't happen fast enough. That's my issue. My issue is, like, with my goals and time.
I could see that, too. Time is an illusion, though, my friend.
I know. It's a concept I am trying to, like, grapple a hook on.
I think when it comes to time, you have to, and this is going to get real spiritual, you really have to go deep within yourself, and understand your body's energy and your body's rhythm in order to understand, like, the true concept of time for you, because everybody's time frame is different.
True.
So what Mandi was saying was to keep things spooky. She asked me to draw a tarot card for you guys for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the deck. So I apologize for the noise. But
I think it's peaceful when you hear the noise of the show. Oh, some people might not like that.
Right. What is the one thing that we need to focus on this week? What are we all dealing with? What's our takeaway? I've had some jumping cards this week too. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil, that was wild. All right, so I had a few cards pop out, but I'm going to read the one that's like face up. And it's not so bad, you guys. It's the Four of Wands. So I'm using the Smith Rider-Waite deck. And in this picture or on this card, the Four of Wands is bright yellow. And it's got 4 wands, 2 wands on each side of the card. with a garland of, it looks like fruits and flowers. And then there's a giant castle in the background with crowds and crowds of people. And then there's two people who look like champions of some sort with crowns of flowers on their head, holding up bouquets of flowers. One's in a blue robe and one's in a red robe. And so it symbolizes like a ceremony or like a victory, or sometimes they would say this, this could be like symbolic of like a wedding or something like that. But overall, this is a very bright and energetic card. 4 stabilizes balance, or represents like stabilized balance. So I think it's telling us to find balance, make sure that you, even if you're in your darkest place, being able to find a way to be grounded and feel balanced and stable will help you see the brighter side of things. The wands are very much symbolic of fire. And so it's very much like fiery energy. And so it's very much a like, let's like charge you up, and pause to celebrate and show gratitude, which is kind of ironic because our wine cork, what did our wine cork say?
I want to say like embrace gratitude, or like,
Let me grab it.
find gratitude. And
I'm gonna grab the wine cork. She said the word, people. All right, bear with me. This cork is inside of the bottle. It says, show gratitude, don't hold it back.
What?
So that's our message, guys. Show gratitude, don't hold it back. It'll lead you to victory.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna overcome these obstacles and challenges that we are facing this week. So just make sure to stay grounded and find a way to stay in balance.
Mm-hmm. Especially stay in balance and ground yourself in your like your present self. I think a lot of us have been like randomly getting a lot of things from like our past and our like past lives, past relationship, past friendships. Lately they've been just sneaking their way out of nowhere this week. And I think a big thing we got to find is our present self, grounding ourselves in the now, and really finding like our gratitude for what we have right now.
Yeah, it's really interesting that Mandi brings up the point of like the past starting to crop up. And I don't know how many of you guys have been experiencing that this week. I've experienced it like in a couple of ways, which is really weird, and very like unexpected, but it's kind of funny how once you let go of the past and you start to move forward on your journey and you start to make the necessary changes for yourself, other people see that, including the ones that you may or may not have left behind. And I kind of feel like that's the universe asking you or challenging you. Like, are you sure this is what you want? Like, you asked for this, but I'm going to test you now. Mm-hmm. And are you going to pass the test, or are you going to repeat your cycle?
Powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. Because, you know, you sometimes just keep asking the universe for things, but sometimes we don't. We have this picture and we can't live up to it, you know? But what we don't really understand sometimes is that it's actually bigger and better than we ever could hope. But, you know, we keep fighting against it, or we let us keep repeating our same cycles because we're not going through the chain of motion that we have to go through in order to have change happen in our lives.
Well, and so something that I was talking to our favorite Leo about was sometimes people will repeat their cycles over and over and over out of fear, one, right? Because like we all have like some kind of fear of change and the unknown. And so that holds us back. But also too, aside from that fear comes the fear of like not knowing what to do. Sometimes we repeat those cycles because that toxic cycle is the only thing we've ever known. So we don't know how to find the way out. We're just stuck on a loop. or like spiraling, you know?
Well, sometimes, unfortunately, you may not have the right people, once again, your right tribe around you. So then you're still stuck in this cycle because these same people are in this same cycle. So why would they, you know, like, you can't control other people, so they're not going to change. Therefore, like, if you yourself don't, like we always say, pull yourself up by the bootstraps and do it yourself, then you're not going to do it. Like, you're going to stay here.
Right. And I mean, to an extent, you cannot control the people around you, but it goes back to the energy thing that we talked about, you know, with the pendulums. And it's like, your energy is contagious. And so you're like the 5 people that you hang out with most. And so like, you might not realize it, but like the people that are around you are like affecting you and impacting you a lot, way more than you can ever imagine. And so, you know, do you want to surround yourself with people who are going to be lower vibrational, who are going to like help you perpetuate those same cycles that like you keep repeating? Or do you want to surround yourself with people who you might be intimidated of a little bit? Like, and it's funny, Mandi laughs because
I'm like, dude, what did I say last week? I was literally intimidated by you. Now look where we are.
Well, and I laugh because I've heard that so many times in the last 2 weeks that I'm just like, oh my God. One of my really, really, really good friends, I call her my best witch. My best witch came up and
she will hopefully be on this podcast soon, my loves.
Yes. Oh my G.
I still need to meet her though, my friends.
Oh my God.
I still need to meet her.
This week has been crazy, but she has known me since we were 15 and we've just always like resonated with each other. And she was talking to me and she keeps telling me that I come off as intimidating and I need to be softer. And I laughed so hard because then she was like, you put out this image of perfection that freaks people out. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm nowhere near perfect. And she was like, I know, but like, you are like impenetrable and you are super consistent and like, she was like, you've got to like find a way to like turn down that like intimidation or that intensity. And she was like, you have to be softer. So I guess I'm going to try to figure out like how to decipher that without like turning down my own heat, because I'm not going to shrink myself to fit into a place to make other people comfortable. But I guess I'm going to try to make my edges softer somehow.
I think soon you'll realize what she meant. Like, it'll come to you naturally. Don't force it to happen, you know?
Right.
I think it'll all make, like, I think it'll come a full circle. And then you'll be like, oh, so this is what smoothness is. Like, this is what, I don't know. I
just feel like from that perspective, the way I see it is if people can see and honor and acknowledge the consistency that I show up with, they'll begin to learn and understand that they can put some trust behind me because I uphold my word and I have integrity. So I feel like over time people will realize that like it's not so much a like perfection or intensity thing as it is a like reliable, trustworthy thing.
I think those who are close to you already know this. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah.
So I'll figure out how to be softer, but we'll see. Growing pains. That is my growing pain right now. Oh my gosh. Don't scare them away. Be nice.
That's hard though.
I know.
I think we both have been working on really like breaking down these walls and stuff, and we've had 2 important people in our lives let us know like how like it's evident you have walls. We know you have walls. Can you like knock them down just a little bit, please?
See, and that's so funny because your vibe attracts your tribe, and so like
well, our favorite Leo told me that but how she's been seeing how I'm slightly putting down my walls, and then you had the best witch tell you that, so.
Yeah. I'm like, dang. I'm trying.
We're too much.
It's resting witch face, man. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not that mean.
Yeah. No, I don't think we mean to, but there's, we're protecting ourselves in some form of way sometimes, but I guess that comes with a price. Sometimes you protect or like project in different ways that you don't necessarily mean to on people. But sometimes, you know, it's hard to trust people. I'm like,
yeah,
I'd rather just not. Like, yeah. I'll be still feeling nice, but at a distance. Like,
I totally get that.
It's sad though. I used to not be like that.
I used to not be like that either.
When I was a kid, I was like,
everybody.
Yeah. When I was a kid, I was like the life of the party. Like,
samesies.
Always talkative, very bright, very energetic, knew everyone, they knew me, like, you know. And then it's like, dude, what happened? Middle school. I'm like, no. I feel like it was like 3rd grade for me.
Oh, dang. No. See,
I like that. I feel like that was when my light kind of started to dwindle.
For me, like, it's funny because I feel like I was exactly the way I am currently when I was a kid up until I got into high school, and then I like really came out of my shell. And that's when like everybody knew me and everybody was my friend and like that sort of thing. And so I'm trying to like tap into that version of myself again.
I've been trying to tap into that brightness that I had, that like energy that I had, for sure.
Yeah.
Because I miss it.
I do too. And
I
I'm
miss
like, okay,
it.
like, what can I do now that I was doing back then and add that to my routine to deal with some of the growing pains that like I've been experiencing lately. And it's like, you know, one of my growing pains that I experienced this week is questioning like whether or not I should really be here. You know, last week I was like, oh yeah, like, you know, I had this opportunity and like, you know, I basically have like a house that's been like dropped into my lap to the point where like I'm not even gonna have to move. Like I get to stay where I'm at. And then all of a sudden, you know, ego kicks in and it's like, you know, a couple of bad days at work and all of a sudden I'm questioning like if I should really be here and blah, 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 blah. And like, it got me really down and I really had to sit with myself. It was difficult. You know, and I'm really thankful that my best witch was in town because she kind of like, she gave it to me straight. Like, she doesn't sugarcoat things. Like, we're from the same hometown. So, like, we get it. And we're straight shooters. And I think that that's, like, kind of intimidating to a lot of people because we're just upfront. And so she and I get it. Like, I wasn't upset. But, like, we talked. And, you know, this morning before she left, I was thinking about it. And I was like, I'm so silly. Like, here I am thinking, like, I need to leave, burn it down, be an alchemist of change. Like, you got upset, and so now your, like, reaction, your knee-jerk reaction is to just burn it down. And she was like, no, you have to stay and fight. And then I realized, I was like, well, like, I had a bad day, and now I was like, I had a negative perspective of the situation, but the reality is this. You still have a house to live in. You still have a job that pays your bills. So that wasn't the universe telling you to leave. That was the universe challenging you, but telling you to stay. And what are you going to do to get yourself out of this rut that you feel like you've been in? Yeah. And so it was kind of one of those like eye-opening moments that was triggering because it really upset me. I was upset. But it was like, okay, I've achieved every goal that I like set for myself when I moved here a year ago, for the most part. And so now it's kind of like, what do I do now? I guess I have to set some new goals. But, you know, at first I took it as like the universe was trying to take it away from me, but the universe didn't take anything away. It was just giving me a new challenge.
Yeah. I think it's really great that you found gratitude after that challenge because that's what the universe wants from us. It wants us to, like, go through that and be, like, see the gratitude and the, like, strength that we actually have, you know, so that we can go forward. Because we probably need that gratitude and strength moving forward with what we want. And if we don't go through that little turbulence, like, which That's so stupid for me to say because it's not even turbulence because when we go through it, it's like way more than turbulence.
Dude, it like shook me awake this week. I was like, whoa.
Well, it's just funny because that happened to me on Sunday and that happened to you like a couple days after. And I was just like, but I found that gratitude and that strength. And I told myself, you know, the same thing like you went through, like, there's a reason I am here. Yeah. There has to be. Because I wouldn't be here if there wasn't. Right. Like, exactly. You know, I know myself, like, alchemist of change. Like, yes. If I want to leave, I can just leave. Like, if I wanted to leave years ago, I would have. Like, I have been here for 6 years. I told myself 2 years. Stuff happened, and I can tell myself, well, this happened and this happened. No, it's because I was playing the victim, and I was angry, and I had a lot of stuff, you know? Now I am finally, like, where I want to be. And, oh my Lanta, there is a thing we just saw on Brie's desk, and it says, I am safe in the universe. All life loves and supports me. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
That was a sign from the universe.
Dude. And it was just like, today I was like, Brie, 2222. Like, what? Yes. On my way to, like, Brie's house, 999. What?
On our way to go, okay, so we, talking about routine. We and have how a routine, we stay balanced.
We have. Is this balance? I feel like the people look at us crazy every time we go in. Is that balance? That's balance.
I mean, yeah, it depends on, like, you know, your perspective. But
I don't really care. I like it anyway.
We're all mad here.
Yeah, I think it's the fun thing that we do.
I love it. But yeah, so our routine is we go to the local store by my house and we go get sandwiches. And then we eat sandwiches for dinner and we talk and then we record. And as we were leaving and pulling away from my house, a truck drove by with a license plate that had 8888. That is like 4 balanced, but doubled.
Oh no, we had the 4 balanced right now with the long. Whoa, we're just balanced, my friends. Yeah.
We're in alignment. That's what that means. Even if it doesn't feel like we're in alignment. If you show gratitude, it'll bring you back to alignment.
I think it's awesome because I know right now you're reading the book that I got you and our favorite Leo. You know, yes. So I'm reading her other book, though. The one about manifesting, like, you are a badass at making money. Yes. And it's funny because the chapter I think I just finished was talking about how, like, she's like, you could rip just this chapter and, like, make the money I talk about in this whole book if you wanted to. And the whole thing is about considering gratitude and considering, like, you are your, like, biggest, like, weakness. And if you can, like, accept all the gratitude that you actually have and accept what you have, that alone in that chapter, like, will set you free and will manifest all you need. Because once you start being able to have gratitude in the things you never thought you would have gratitude in, things start opening up. And I'm starting to finally realize that. You know, like, we both had these 2 separate conversations with our own selves about, like, I shouldn't be here, why am I here, and all this stuff. But, like, while we were having those really difficult, like, conversations with ourselves, we didn't step away from it. We actually accepted it, and we actually talked it through. And we found the gratitude and the strength. This is why I am here. We didn't just brush it off. And I think that's pretty big.
Yeah, instead of, like, running away from it, facing it head on and knowing that, you know, like, it might not be, like, an ideal situation or it might be, like, a challenging situation, for instance, with me. But it's, like, it took me a minute to, like, feel my emotions, let them wash over me, and then regain, like, a clear head in order to determine, like, the action that I'm going to take in this situation. And I think that that's, like, really important. And so now, like, when the day comes for me to face this challenge head on, I will be prepared and I know what action I'm going to take, to stand up for myself. I'm going to stand up and fight.
I think it's great. We went a whole full circle.
It's very scary sometimes to have to face certain situations that, like, are never easy. And, you know, we'll kind of, I guess, see how things play out. But, like, at the end, like, it'll all happen like in a divine way and divine timing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super like synchronistic too,
mm-hmm.
as far as like the situation goes, because touching on like other people who are in our lives that we're very close to, I feel like we're all converging here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little bit crazy.
But we've all like, the thing is, individually, we've all come full circle. Like, you know, we talk to each other about the problem that happened, but we're talking after the fact and be like, yeah, but I got myself, like, here, you know, and I know it, like, the horizon is open. Like, Pandora's box is open, the doorway's there, and I'm walking through it, and bam. Like,
well, it's kind of
a lot
cool
of us.
because I feel like we're dealing, each one of us, like, in our little, like,
Tribe.
our little tribe, we're all
tribe.
dealing with, like, similar situations and similar emotions and similar, like, struggles of ego and self and, like, self-worth and should I be here and where should I be in my future and whatever. Because it feels like each one of us is coming to an ending of something.
It's scary.
And, like, having to face a new beginning. And we're all working through those things individually without knowing that each one of us is going through that until we like all turned around today and like had a conversation on the phone. And then I was like, holy crap, like we're all going through this and we all kind of like came to the same conclusion on our own. And then we all came back and brought it to the table to talk about it. And that was kind of cool because now I feel more so now than ever that like the tribe is coming together.
Oh, heck yeah. I don't think people are ready for what's coming up for all of us.
It's really exciting. And I think that that's why it's super important that we're all facing these, like, feelings of an ending. Because I think that that's what our beginning is going to be. I think that, like, you kept saying, like, you know, what is it that's keeping you here? There must be something that you need to learn or something that you need to do.
Yeah.
Same thing with me. And I really think that it has to do with, like, what we've got going on here and some positive change that we can bring and grow from it. So I'm excited for this journey. Like,
dude, lily pads, you have no idea some of the deep conversations that like Brie and I have had. Like big things. All I can say is stick along with the journey because I don't think you're ready because I don't think we're ready.
I am excited.
Actually, I am ready. I don't know why I said that.
I'm super ready.
I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. We're all
it's
like
all the
converging.
time I kept saying in the beginning, it's just around the corner. It's just ahead. Now I'm like, heck yeah, girl. We're like past the corner.
I think we're
like, yeah.
I think
we're not in the corner anymore.
I think we've arrived.
Like, it's coming. Oh, I'm so excited because I'm just so happy. Like, all of our little tribe. And I feel like even our little, like, lily pads on, like, our, like, channel here. I feel like you guys are all going through different things, too.
The path is becoming more clear.
Yeah. I think our community we have here is really great. And I'm excited to see where it's going to go because I feel like all of us are collectively, we're walking side by side. Like,
yes.
We are side by side. No one is ahead. We are side by side on this journey together, my friends. Yes. That is for certain. Like, we're on this wave path. Like, we're going through the shore. Like, we're passing the fog. Like, the sun is breaking. Like,
the sun is getting ready to come up.
It's coming up, my friends.
It's starting to rise, you guys. It's super exciting. You know, we wanted to talk a little bit today about how we deal with some of the growing pains, how we get grounded when we're going through such turbulent times. And for me, like, I'm such a creature of habit and I love to have a routine. And it just makes me feel safe. And for me, when I have to change my routine, like it shakes me a little bit to the core. And it's something that I'm super aware of. So I knew, like, leading into this week, and this month, cause my schedule for work is changing for probably the rest of this month, which throws off my whole entire routine. And, so I was trying to, like, brace myself, but also, like, relax into it a little bit. So I'm having to create like a whole new routine. And usually my routine, you guys, is like I get up, I brew some coffee, I have like a cup of coffee, I get ready to go to the gym. I go to the gym, I work out for like about an hour and a half, and then I come home, shower, change, and I head off to work. But now it's like, and I have like friends and stuff that I like see at the gym and I talk to at the gym, you know, and that's kind of like my real big social life. So, this is our guest, Poof. What else do you have to add, Poof? Anything? Oh, you're done. Okay.
She just wanted to say her one piece of piece.
She was like, I'm your social life. You have no other social life but me. But anyways, so then I'll go to work and I'll work, you know, and then come home and like take a bath or whatever, or do some writing. But now my day is going to be so different because I'm going to have to wake up every day at like, if I want to hit the gym before work, I'm going to have to get up every day at around like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my Lanta.
And like hit the gym by like 3 o'clock. So my whole schedule's skewed, you know, and then that means I'm at the gym before anybody gets there, which is fine. I'm not there to like, I'm not
there to socialize.
I know. And I was like, okay, that's the soft thing. I'm like, I'm not there to make friends. Okay, Brie, calm down. You know, so I'm trying to make friends. I'm trying to be more open, to, you know, meeting acquaintances and just getting to know people and kind of being a part of something in a community and not isolating myself so much. So going to this schedule is going to isolate me a little bit. So we'll see how that works out. I'm just going to have to tweak my routine. I'll still be able to go to the gym and do all of that stuff, but I guess I'm just going to have to find a different way to socialize or be more open to people.
I think all is going to work out how it's supposed to.
It will.
I think you're going to find something that you probably never thought you needed, you know, through this new routine, and I think that's going to be really cool to find out and like kind of track, you know, as it goes on each day.
I just kind of see it as a way for me to like shake myself out of that spiral I've been in and realign my focus and focus on myself. And so I'm kind of thinking that I might start training twice a day again for this month because I'm going to have the free time to do it. So, and it'll keep me out of trouble. And I will be working on yours and our favorite Leo's meal plan. You guys are going to be my guinea pigs, and I'm really excited about that.
I am so excited, dude, because I have, you know, we already talked about this last podcast. Man's birthday is coming up. It's not even coming up. It's only October. But, like, dude, before we know it, it's going to be December.
You're going to blink and it's going to come here because we work retail, dude. Like, it's basically Christmas now, and it's Christmas. The first week of October.
It's ridiculous. But I definitely would like a better body by my birthday. I am actually very proud about how my body is right now, though, to be honest. It was funny because my sister actually showed me a picture of like how I was when I kind of first moved down here. Oh, my Lanta.
I'm like, okay.
I don't want to show you the picture.
I'm like curious to see this picture, dude.
I actually maybe I'll see if she can send it to me, but you can tell just by my face how much rounder it is, like, in my arms, because my arms were crossed, and I was like, ooh, that's not good.
Dude, yeah, I'm like, excited. Okay,
between the girls and then the arms, like, ooh, that's a lot going there with the scarf covering the neck.
Oh my goodness. See, and I'm excited because, like, But
I just want to feel good, too, though. I just want to eat better and feel better, you know?
Well, yeah, and, like, I'm going to have the opportunity to help two people who are very close to me achieve their personal goals, which will be, I sound selfish, which is going to be super rewarding for me because I don't know, like, I just want to help people achieve their goals, and love life, and at the same time, like, on my selfish note, like, it's going to teach me some new skills and help me kind of come up with my own process for this. So I'm excited, you guys.
It's going to be definitely fun.
Fitness and nutrition's my jam.
It definitely is her jam. It's going to be really cool. I'm really proud of myself lately because I got off the wagon with my yoga, last week. I don't know if I talked about that, though, in last week's podcast. But yeah, no, kind of was getting off the wagon. I did, yoga, on just Wednesday. And I was, feeling on top of the world because I did it, that one day of that week. And I'm dude, what happened to, my, October or September, third, month challenge? Where did that Mandi go? And I was I was making those excuses for myself again. Well, it's just hard to wake up early. And it's just, hard to get in a routine. That isn't set out for me. And I'm girl, you can set your own routine for you. And then I was okay, no. Stop with this narrative. Stop with this victim. Okay, what is the issue? What is the issue? And I found out the whole issue was, well, I can't wake up early. And it's okay, well, why are you beating yourself up because you can't wake up early? And it's well, because I want to wake up at 5 a.m. And I kept, getting stuck on this 5 a.m. And it's all I kept waking up was, 7 a.m., 6:30. And it's just, I kept beating myself up because of the 5 a.m.
Okay, so I have a question for you because I feel I'm kind of experiencing something similar. Especially with, the sleep pattern thing. Yeah. So, weren't we both waking up at 5 a.m. during quarantine?
No, I was trying. So, during quarantine, I finally started to break my chain of I'm only a night owl. And so, I did kind of wake up at, 5 a couple times. But mostly, I was waking up, at 7 or 8, and that was early for me. Because because I used to be up until 3 or 4 a.m.
Got it, okay.
And then woke up at 12 or 11 to get ready for work. And that was my schedule for, I don't know how many, I was a night owl. That's what I told myself.
Right.
And that was why I had to, tell myself, hold up. You're trying to, do this huge, system switch over how many courses when you've done the same system of staying up as late as you can, cram as much sleep as you can, but sleep is the enemy and time is the enemy. I'm not the enemy when it's no, you're the enemy because you're not doing what you want to do, And then this week I kind of got myself out of it because I had that conversation with myself and was what is wrong? If you can't do 5 a.m. now, do 6:30, do 6, work to it, you're the only person who's putting your own self down. Years ago, you used to, not even think of the idea of waking up at 5 a.m. Who am I? I stayed up until 5 a.m. And now I'm trying to change over, this short amount of time. I gotta work up to it. This is not a race. I gotta pace myself, And I had that conversation with myself this weekend. You know what? It has worked.
Good.
I woke up at 6:30. On my day off, I slept in 1 hour later, 7, so I woke up at 7:30, so I still didn't lose my day, which lately on my days off, I've been sleeping until 10 or 11, so that's saying something.
Holy moly.
I know, I felt I lost my day, but I was
sense,
sleeping, so I did lose my day. I felt like that. But I've been doing my yoga with it too, and it's just baby steps. Soon I can hopefully by next month work to 6 a.m. After that month, maybe work to 5 a.m. I can't sprint right now, and I think that was the trouble I was having. Okay,
so there's a few things that you said that, I do want to point out. So it's you've got a couple of different things. So we just entered fall.
Yeah, God.
And the days are getting shorter.
It's so cold.
And so the thing you need to remember is everything's in a season and everything's in a rhythm and a cycle. Mm-hmm. And in the winter months, we will find it harder to wake up earlier in the morning, just because of the day length that we're facing. So, people get seasonal affective disorder, and the length of the daylight does affect them, their mood and their circadian rhythm and those sort of things. So that's something that you have to keep in mind. You cannot, please don't get upset at yourself for listening to your biology, your biological rhythm. We are spiritual, energetic beings, and we are in rhythm with the rest of the world and the rest of the universe. So of course, you're gonna fall into the seasons and the rhythms. So that's all it is. I think you just have to adjust the growing pain and find a way to acknowledge and accept what season we're in and find a way to fall in rhythm with it. So maybe your routine is going to fluctuate by the seasons. And so maybe, you know, you change your focus for the next couple of months to something else that resonates more with this season. So maybe it's, you know, you focus more on like nutrition and like health and like your heart and that sort of thing, like nourishment. That's what I was looking for. Nourishment. You want to nourish your body this time of year. Nourishment in the herbal community. Sorry if I get all plant nerdy right now, but nourishment in the herbal community is a really big deal, especially coming into like the colder seasons of the year. You need to make sure that you're nourishing your body adequately and getting enough sleep because we're going to go into cold and flu season.
I'm so nervous.
So it's like when you think about that and the rhythm of the earth and what foods are in season in the winter months, it's hardier, heavier foods that are produced to make your body put on more weight as well. This is why this is like in the weightlifting world, like it's bulking season for a reason. You tend to be hungrier, you tend to be sleepier, you tend to want to be less active per se, so like you trim back your cardio and like that sort of thing. So don't fight the rhythm of the season. Understand the rhythm of the season and move with it. Be water.
Be water, my friends.
So I think that maybe that's something that you and I can figure out over the next couple of days, because I need something to like keep my brain busy. So I will enjoy that kind of critical thinking.
Definitely. This is going to be a good month.
I'm excited for it.
I feel like change is finally happening. I feel like the leaves are finally changing.
Fall's teaching us that...
Change is good. That's what I've kind of been feeling.
It's teaching us that, you know, it's beautiful to let things go. Yeah. So, just roll with the punches. Find your rhythm in this season, you guys, to move through those growing pains. I think we're all starting to kind of see clarity coming into our paths. And I think it's just a matter of being able to find balance and control your mind and your ego in order to not talk you out of moving forward.
We just had to take a step to like breathe. We didn't stop our motion. We just had to breathe for a sec. We're going to keep going though. Keep one foot in front of the other.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Keep moving forward.
Always.
Be water, lily pads. You've got this. Let go of what you need to let go this month. Think about some of your growing pains you may have right now. Can you see gratitude? Can you see strength that you've like overcome those now? Can you look back and see it? If not, that's okay. You know, your time isn't now. But hopefully soon you'll be able to look back and be like, wow, yeah, that's right. I did that. And now I'm here.
Yeah, you just have to kind of just move through those feelings of, you know, uncertainty and second guessing yourself. Like, that is normal, you guys. Like, especially like when you get what you wanted from the universe, but it doesn't look like how you wanted it to. Like, and I realized that today, and I was like, dang, I'm selfish. Let's be gracious right now.
You guys got this. Have an amazing rest of your day, lily pads. Comment below if you guys have been going through some growing pains right now.
Yeah, let's talk through it. That's what we're here for, man. Like, we've been through some stuff.
But we're going to get through this together.
Yeah.
Be water.
Be water, my friends.
Bye.
Bye.
This is what it is, okay? I said empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.